Ever feel like you're just one AI brainstorm away from cracking that next big problem?
You're not wrong to be thinking that way.
Well, today's deep dive is about to get really meta because we're looking at the current state of man-computer symbiosis.
And before you picture some futuristic cyborg situation, we're talking about something far more interesting.
Yeah, less Terminator, more like brainstorm buddy.
How close are we to computers becoming true thought partners?
Right. And we've got this paper, coincidentally enough, Man-Computer Symbiosis in 2024, revisiting Licklider's vision with modern AI.
Fresh off the digital press, today, October 13th, no less.
Talk about timing.
And it's by Amjad M. Daoud and GPT Jordan.
Catchy name.
Very on brand for this topic.
Almost like the future is writing itself.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so this paper dives into how relevant this idea from 1960 man-computer symbiosis is right now. They're not talking about computers as just tools, right?
Exactly. Think less about what computers do for us and more about what they can do with us.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Imagine you're trying to invent something, a new type of engine, a breakthrough medical device.
It's something really complex.
But with true symbiosis, the AI isn't just crunching numbers, it's helping you visualize possibilities, test ideas in a simulated space.
Whoa!
Almost like a collaborative brainstorming partner.
So it's augmenting our thinking, not replacing it. And the paper specifically calls out two key areas where this is happening: formative thinking and real-time collaboration.
They're intertwined. Formative thinking is that back and forth of generating ideas, refining them. Let's say you hit a wall in your research. An AI partner, tapping into a vast network of data, could pull the most relevant studies, patents.
Wait, hold on. It can do that.
It could pull even obscure historical examples you'd never find on your own.
That's wild, like having a personalized research team working at lightning speed.
Exactly.
But can AI truly grasp the nuance of a problem, the intuition that guides human creativity?
That's the million-dollar question. And the paper gets into the nitty-gritty of this. Large language models, LLMs like GPT-4 that everyone's buzzing about.
Right.
They're good at making connections, but it's not perfect. Sometimes it's brilliance, other times it's a swing and a miss. Context and intent are still areas where we need to make huge strides.
So no robot overlords just yet, which I'm sure some listeners will be relieved to hear. But this real-time collaboration, that sounds even more sci-fi.
Think about surgeons using AI during complex procedures. Imagine the AI overlaying the surgical field with real-time data, adjusting on the fly as the surgeon works. Or architects collaborating with AI to design buildings, with the AI instantly recalculating load limits or energy efficiency as the design evolves.
We've gone from clunky computers to potential AI surgical assistants in just a few decades. It makes you wonder how much of this was predicted back in 1960 when this whole idea came about.
That's where J.C.R. Licklider comes in. The paper revisits his work, and it's fascinating how much he got right. He emphasized things like time sharing, which is essentially the grandfather of cloud computing.
Multiple people, one powerful machine.
He talked about the need for more intuitive ways to interact with computers beyond just typing.
He predicted speech and gesture-based interfaces back when computers took up entire rooms.
He was ahead of his time.
It's incredible to think how far we've come.
And yet, some challenges remain almost unchanged since Licklider's time. He knew that for true man-computer symbiosis to work, it wasn't just about the tech, but also addressing the human element.
So it's like this intricate dance between technological advancement and our ability to use it effectively and ethically.
Yes.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, leads us to the heart of the paper's exploration, Licklider's prerequisites for true symbiosis.
And those prerequisites still hold weight today. He understood that efficient memory organization and access would be crucial. Back then, it was about computers being able to access the information they needed. Now, it's about AI sifting through mountains of data in milliseconds to be truly helpful in real time.
It's like, what good is an AI partner if it takes 5 minutes to load the answer to your question?
Precisely. And while we've made huge leaps in processing power, this need for speed and efficiency is only becoming more critical as we deal with larger and more complex data sets.
So check that off the list. What else did Licklider identify as crucial for this man-computer partnership to thrive?
Programming languages.
Interesting.
He recognized that for humans to effectively collaborate with computers, we needed languages that were less about clunky code and more about intuitive commands.
And look at us now. We've got visual programming interfaces, drag-and-drop coding, even AI that can write code based on plain English instructions.
It's coming full circle.
So we've got the processing power, we're figuring out the interface, And we've got more intuitive programming languages. We're practically there, right?
Not so fast.
Yeah.
Licklider also foresaw that the human element, our psychology and ability to adapt, would play a significant role.
Of course, there's always a catch.
And this is where things get really interesting.
Okay, you've piqued my curiosity. What about this human element did Licklider zero in on?
He knew that even with powerful technology and intuitive interfaces, the human capacity for adaptation would be key.
Well, yeah, of course.
It's one thing to invent these systems, but quite another for people to embrace working alongside AI as true partners.
It's like we can build the most advanced electric car, but people still need to get comfortable driving it, right?
Exactly. And with AI, that comfort level involves trust, understanding,
Right.
and a willingness to adapt our workflows, even our thinking processes, to accommodate this new way of working.
It reminds me of how resistant some people were to using computers for things like writing or graphic design.
Oh, absolutely.
Now those tools are indispensable.
And that historical parallel is important. We often underestimate how much adaptation new technologies require, not just in terms of learning new skills, but also shifting our mindsets.
It's like that saying, we shape our tools and then our tools shape us. So as we venture further into this world of man-computer symbiosis, what are some of the specific adaptations we might need to make?
Well, one area is communication.
Okay.
We need to get better at clearly articulating our goals and intentions to AI systems.
Yeah.
Think about it. If you can't explain what you need from your AI partner, how can you expect it to be truly helpful?
So it's about honing our ability to communicate with AI in a way that maximizes its potential.
Precisely. It's about learning the language of AI, so to speak, but also about the AI understanding the nuances of human language and intent.
So it's not just us learning their language, but them learning ours as well.
It's a two-way street. You've hit the nail on the head. Another area where adaptation will be crucial is in how we process information. With AI partners capable of analyzing massive data sets and presenting us with insights,
Right, it's giving us the answers, but...
we need to hone our ability to critically evaluate that information.
So it's not just about blindly accepting what the AI tells us, but rather using our own judgment and expertise to make sense of it all.
Exactly. We need to become discerning consumers of AI-generated insights, not passive recipients. This requires a shift in mindset, from relying solely on our own knowledge to embracing a more collaborative approach where we leverage the strengths of both human and artificial intelligence.
It's about finding that sweet spot where human intuition and AI analysis intersect, right? Where each complements the other.
Precisely. And that brings us to another critical adaptation: flexibility. As AI systems become more integrated into our workflows, we need to be prepared for those workflows to change, to evolve in ways we might not have anticipated.
So instead of fearing those changes, we should embrace the adaptability that Licklider talked about, to see those shifts as opportunities for growth and innovation.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that the future of work in any field will likely involve a fluid partnership between humans and AI. And those who can embrace that fluidity, who can adapt and learn alongside these intelligent systems, will be the ones who thrive.
This has been incredibly insightful, but I have to ask, what about jobs? Whenever we talk about AI, the question of job displacement inevitably comes up. Does the paper address that at all?
It does, and it takes a balanced perspective. While acknowledging that some tasks currently performed by humans will likely be automated, it emphasizes that man-computer symbiosis is not about replacing humans, but augmenting their capabilities.
So instead of thinking about AI as coming for our jobs, we should be thinking about how it can free us up to focus on more creative, strategic, or human-centric tasks.
Exactly. It's about reimagining our roles, not eliminating them. Think about doctors who, freed from spending hours on paperwork and data analysis, can now dedicate more time to patient care and building relationships.
Which is really what it's all about.
Or architects who, with AI handling complex calculations, can focus on the artistic vision and user experience of their designs.
It's a shift in mindset from competition to collaboration, from fearing what AI might take away to embracing the possibilities it unlocks.
And that shift in mindset, that willingness to embrace the unknown and adapt to new ways of working, will be essential as we navigate this uncharted territory of man-computer symbiosis.
It's exciting and a little daunting all at the same time.
As it should be. Because if we get this right, if we approach this partnership with both enthusiasm and careful consideration, the potential benefits are truly transformative.
Speaking of potential benefits, you mentioned that the paper highlights specific applications of man